Good morning, first grade. We have several different things to go over today. I want you today to begin with adding some jump roping into our morning circle work. You could continue doing your beanbags and add the jump rope, or if you want to take a break with beanbags for now, you can start doing just jump roping. But this week, your challenge is to jump rope and count as you jump. And I want you to first count up and count from 1 all the way to 25. And then backwards. So start at 25 and count backwards as you jump. Once you've practiced and gotten really good at that, if you want to challenge yourself this week, you can start to count higher and see if you can go higher than 25. Stop when you get to 100 and go backwards from there. And go forwards and backwards with your counting for some practice this week. Well, we have a couple different assignments to work on this morning. The first thing I would like you to do is to put our poem of the Tom Thumb story into your morning lesson book. You know how to set up your page with our yellow and green lines. So you can set it up like that. And I have attached to these instructions the poem that you should put into your book. And as always, you should first carefully copy the poem, write in using your best handwriting, and then with your parent, you should look and see which words you already know. There's a few in there that are from our memory bank. See if you can spot them. And then look at those other bigger words and see if you can sound them out. And then when you've figured out as much as you can, go back and together read it all as one. And hear that rhyme that's in there. After you have copied your Tom Thumb poem into your morning lesson book, then I want you to turn to your next blank page. And for our next drawing in our book, we're actually going to need 2 blank pages. So make sure you have 2 coming up next. They can be right next to each other, or they can be the front and the back. But on those 2 pages, we're going to draw some houses. And on my chalkboard here, I'm going to show you how I would like you to set up your page today. So let's take a look. Do you want to help today, Elwood? So, on our first page, let's say it looks about like this. We're going to draw 3 houses. And on our second page, we're going to draw 2 more houses. So almost pretend that these are the spirals of your book if your pages are right next to each other. And again, if it's the front and the back, that's just fine. So you're going to make 3 houses using your block crayons. And I want you to very carefully draw them with a very light layer of color. And you're going to make them quite large so that the 2 at the top of your page are going to fill almost your whole page, but you're going to leave enough room at the bottom for your 3rd house. There we go. And I think I'll make my 3rd house yellow. And you see how my house goes all the way down to the bottom of my page. These neighbors will be very close to each other. And then you can add a roof on the house, but you want the inside of your house to be very big. So we're going to add just a very small roof. when you have 3 houses on your first page, you go to your next page and add 2 more, nice and big. Now I want these to be big because over the next few days, we're going to collect our families in these houses, the word families that we've been practicing. So, after you finish your drawing, you're going to leave your background very plain. We can add our background in later. And we don't want to add any decorations on the houses themselves. No doors, no windows. They're a house to collect our word families. And you are going to leave yours blank. But as we think of words to add, I'd like to collect some from each of you. So you can be thinking, if this is our house that collects the F sound, as in leg, leg would be a word I could eventually put inside my F house. Once you have your houses set up, excuse me, I don't want to sit there. Once you have your houses all set up, we're just going to leave them empty for now, just light frames of our houses. And this week, I'm going to collect from each of you some different words in the word families to put in our houses, our CVC words. So your job on a piece of scrap paper or lined paper is to think of 3 of each type of word. So I want you to think of 3 E or E, 3 O, ah words, 3 A words, 3 U words, and 3 I words. So here's a little math question too. If I have 3 of each of my 5 types of words, how many words are you going to find all together? So you will be having some fun thinking of some words and collecting them and write them down so that I can find out what they are and we can make a whole collection from our class. So after that, we are going to do a little bit of practice with our sight words. And the first thing to do is I'm going to have a check of our 5 from last week that we've been really focusing on. So you should take a moment and pause the video or come back and watch it again. And I'm going to read our 5 words out loud, slowly and carefully. And I want you to carefully pull them out of your memory and write them down clearly on your piece of paper. And I want you to make sure that your flashcards are nowhere around so that you're really working out of that memory and pulling the words right from there. So now is a good time to pause it, and soon we will begin. Our first word is it. It. So write that down as best you can from your memory, how you would spell the word it. Our next word is they. Now, if you need to, you're welcome to pause the video and take all the time you need to think and write down these words as carefully as you can. They is your second word. Your third word is are. Are. As in, we are going to the store. Are. Our next word is was. Was. As in, I was hungry. Was. And our very last word is the. The. As in, the cat was sitting on the chair. So when you have carefully written all 5 of those words, pulling them out of your memory, keep that paper somewhere safe to show me later or to send in. All right. The last thing, 2 more things. So after you have written down all 5 of those words to practice, we have one new word today, a new memory word. And I have written that down in the instructions for your parents. So you should put that on your flashcard once you find out what it is, and then do a little practice with it. And then I have our next set of 5 words to focus on this week. So you should pull these 5 words out of your flashcards and do some extra practice with them. And today I want you to do chop swipe with them. So the 5 words I want us to practice today are his, and we'll chop and swipe them together now, and you can pull the card out later. His, H-I-S, H-I-S, his. Hers, H-E-R-S, H-E-R-S, hers. As, A-S, A-S, as. With, W-I-T-H, with. And in, I-N, in. So those are our next 5 words to practice this week. And of course, you should practice all of your words whenever you can. Pick up that set of flashcards and look through them or have somebody ask you questions about them. Practice them front ways and back ways. So our very last thing today is once you've done all your morning lesson work, your assignment for our activity is to make a birthday card for Braxton. Next week is his birthday, and since we won't be able to celebrate with him in the classroom, I'm going to have each of you make him a special card and send it to him through the mail. So you know what to do. Fold it carefully in half, and then on the front or on the inside write, "Happy birthday, Braxton. Love, your name." So I would write, of course, "Love, Miss Lake." And you should really think about the things that Braxton likes. Remember the stories he told us and the things he likes to do for fun. And it could be a good time to call him up and get a reminder of some of his favorite things. And once you've drawn a very special picture for him, I'll give your parents his address so you can mail it to him. And then on his birthday, hopefully he'll have all of his cards by next week Thursday so that he can open them on his birthday and enjoy them. Well, you have a very busy day to have today. So keep up the good work, and I will see you tomorrow. And I look forward to talking to you on our videos. Bye-bye.